All right, welcome everyone. Akasha here, and we're back with the Infinite Show on our series 2020 Guidance and Energies. And we've had so many fascinating guests, so many amazing perspectives, so many different ways of tuning into what is optimal for you, what your year is all about, and how to be in the present moment, how to listen to the energies now. That's been a big message that's come through. Akasha here, make sure that you go to nanakasha.com, and over there we'll send you reminders of all of these shows and other things we post. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and get notifications, you'll know whenever we're live or whenever we put up a new video. So this is a peek at everything we've done. Most of these have been done now. And today we have the Call to Awaken with Dr. Joan Hangarter. And she has been with us before. So this is going to be a real treat. She's called Joan of Angels. And so here's her beautiful photo. You'll get to see her in a second. And let's just tune in a little bit to Joan. So Joan of Angels is an intuitive guide, an oracle, a transformational mentor, and host of Step into the Miraculous. She's a best-selling author and a visionary artist, and she's known for healing messages, wisdom, and art that she channels. And such a beautiful example of how we are all becoming. We're not one thing, right? We're here to express through all of these delicious and beautiful ways. So I hope you get inspired by Joan. As an intuitive and soul mastery coach and mentor, she works with people who feel the call to awaken to their best self and who need support, guidance, structure, and the inner tools to discover their best selves and let go of what holds them back and move forward with courage, grace, and ease. And that's just perfect for this moment, right? We've come to this moment. It is actually one of the most auspicious moments on the planet. And as much of a hot mess as it might feel, this is a blessing. It is a calling. It is a blessing. It is a part of your true soul destiny to be here right now. So let go of the drama as much as you can and really enjoy the change, the opportunity to change. So using her intuitive skills, she offers wisdom and clarity and a deeper understanding of living a healthy and vibrant life by awakening your unique gifts and skills to achieve your dreams and manifest them into reality. Woo! Her work allows the leader within you to emerge and removes lifetimes of obstacles and challenges. This is so perfect. In 2013, she was guided to paint 33 angels in 30 days. It's amazing. Thus launching her work as an artist and a channel for these divine beings to assist humanity. And we're going to, if you're on the list, we're going to send you all of her information. She's got a free book for you, What is My Soul-Filled Purpose? If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to drop these links below. And here's her website, joanofangels.com, and her YouTube is also Joan of Angels. So wonderful. Thank you so much for being here again.
Oh my God, what a great introduction. I just love your presentation, your hair, and the background. And your energy.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
And look at your wings.
I got the
Yeah,
message.
that's what this is.
I got the message to be here fully, or, with our full wings today. So much is happening on the planet that this is an important awakening for all of us.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So share with us, Joan of Angels, intuitive guide, artist, expressing, channeling, which really just means, right, being in tune and being that vessel or that conduit for the information or the energies that you personally align with, and then letting them come through you in your unique way, really why we're here on the planet.
Yes. So that's my mission. I've known for about 42 years that I'm here to heal, inspire, awaken, remind, cajole, and actually allow people to step into their best gifts this lifetime. And so that is my sole purpose. That's what I do. Everything is geared to how do we raise our vibrational frequency to connect with the divine, and then to be of service this life, to do what we came here to do, and to thrive in the most challenging of times.
Yes, right. And really, I think that, constantly, I read something recently where I think it was Europe. They have started to question some of the ideas. So if you're watching this later, we're We're in, it's, 2222. We're in 2022. We've been going through 2 years of the pandemic and shutdowns and restrictions and blah, 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 blah. And this article talked about how the perspective is shifting from what new rules can we make? What new barriers can we make to, you know what, we have to start accepting this is our life right now. Doesn't mean we're going to have a pandemic every day for the rest of our lives. However, to acknowledge this is the phase we're in. So instead of having this extreme limitation, let us go out like little children, set us free to live in the moment, to find our way in the moment. And I was very encouraged by that little bit of shift that I saw there. So tell us about energies that you've been experiencing or with your clients, things, the patterns and things that you're seeing of what is this all about and where are we moving into?
So we're in the grand initiation. This is the lifetime those of us who are doing this work have been waiting for. This is our lifetime. This is our time. And it is a matter of breaking free of what looks like the dark, what looks like the control, to find out who you are. And to actually, like, here you see me with my wings raised. It is Joan of Angels in her full empowered body and soul. And that's what's required for each of us, to come to terms with, okay, I'm here for the grand awakening. There is no normal anymore. We can talk about that, but energetically, there is no more normal. So we are now breaking new territory in a way we never expected, our children never expected. But this is what our hearts knew we came here for. So I'm going to start by saying we are in an initiation. Each and every one of us, the planet, the animals, everything here is set for this great ascension. Will everyone make it or see it this way? No. There's also a bifurcation of timelines. Those who have contracted to wake up, to step into their soul power, to be that leader that they're here to be, that authentic, grounded being to hold steady, those people will go through that process more, I guess, easier than the rest. Let's put it that way. And it's a bifurcation into the muggles and the magical people.
Yeah.
So that's how I'll start.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the distraction, right, of all of the drama and the fear and the external, or, why did this happen? Or my kids don't go to school anymore. They learn online. Is it good? Is it bad? And just, we have to let go of that distraction so that you can listen to that inner path, that you can choose your path in the moment, not based on the past. So what are you seeing along the lines of that kind of awakening, that call to awaken? How's it coming through for people? And what are some of your clients doing to attune to that?
So I work with people on the art of discernment. Okay. There is, like, even this morning, I think I have 1,000 emails a day that come in now. Okay. Most of it's junk, but you got to look at it, and then a lot of it's amazing, but my brain, I can't take it all. There's so much information that I can only censor it down to 2 or 3 things that I pay attention to. And that's the art of discernment. And so everything I teach now is, let's look at how that makes you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Where is your energy about it, your vitality, your feeling about it? Does this lift you or bring you down? Because, and that's about everything that's coming through on the news, the TV, the media, the government, everything. It's like, what is it? How do I respond in here? What is my heart telling me, my intuition telling me? So I know how I can manage that crazy world out there. And so I think that I've been focusing a lot on the art of 2 things, the art of discernment and the art of visioning the world we want to create. And we're going to hold that in the future. It will take some years for it to manifest because we're going through the dissolution process now. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that a lot of our conditioning, a lot of the cultural norms, a lot of those things. For people like us who've been on this path really consciously going, oh, I think we're getting there, we're looking forward, we're seeing beyond the facade, that these aren't bad things, these aren't terrible things, and there's no right and wrong in that sense, that it is part of deconstructing the old. And yet that idea that you can be awakening, despite you don't have to have all your money in order and your perfect relationships and all this stuff. Those old paradigms of who you had to be, what you thought you were, how things have to be, what's holding you back, of thinking that has to happen first before I can be, awakened, or before I can be somebody who shares my light, is just no longer true, because we're in circular spherical consciousness more than we've been before.
That's a great name for it. But yeah, this is the times we've been called. And so we're all getting that message, and finding our tribe is really important. I love what you do, Nan, how you're bringing people together, and you're really looking at this great awakening, because this is important.
Yeah, there really isn't anything more important than what's happening in the moment, and that old idea of be in the now, to find the gifts, to find the doorways, to find the healing, to see and be a part of something. And it's more effortless. So what are some of the things that you share or help your clients and your students to release those old ideas and sense and attune more to who they're becoming?
So, I do very deep sessions, intuitive coaching, like you do, in a way where we really focus on, what am I here to do? What's my purpose? What are my gifts that I've been given? And how do I hold steady during this time so that I can do what I came here to do? And so I guess we unfold on each level. And I like to see myself in the mountaintop, really helping us to look at how things are unfolding. And the truth is I see the planet as if it's in a roundabout. Those old-fashioned roundabouts. I love roundabouts.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and all of that chaos is people stuck in that roundabout, that traffic. And so I just help us navigate that so we can get back on our smooth path forward and up. I make it sound so easy.
So yeah, I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. So it sounds easy. It's like, just like, and be happy in the moment and be in the circular thing. So what are some of the things people can do when they really are, gripped with fear about their family, or the sickness or loss, or what will become of them, or their financial security?
Right. Well, the good news is we've been worrying about that since the beginning of time, I think. Okay.
Excellent
I mean,
point.
we've been worrying about the same things, our survival. And when our survival is at effect, we go into that panic. The good news is that the whole planet is in that survival, and help is right there now. But truthfully, we have to get back inside again. Thank God we're learning about sound healing, meditation, channeling, oracle cards. Listen, there have been times that I just get up every day and I read cards. Before I do anything, I say, what does Spirit have for me today? And there are other times we just hold on. But I think that, I put on beautiful music to listen to soothe my soul. And that is what I recommend for each and every one of us. And turn off the television. Do not listen to the news. Do not listen to the media. Do not. In fact, don't listen to anyone right now. I think one of the nice things about this quarantining is that I had permission to shut my door.
Exactly.
And not go out.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that cocooning is good for your soul. A chance to dive in.
Yeah. And listen within. So I love what you were saying about in each day, you're listening. Well, what's the optimal way for me to hear my inner rhythm, or my inner song, or my inner guidance today? I feel like doing cards, and I hadn't used my oracle cards in years. And I was doing my intuitive class in this fall, and we were doing practice sessions. Everybody was practicing their intuition, doing readings for each other. And at the end, I started having this inspiration to pull some decks of cards out, like 5, and lay them, and then pull a card for each person. And we had so much fun that people started to ask, are we going to do the card today? And it was like a fresh new thing because I had used them before. But there are all these different ways that we can receive communication or energy. And what are the things that you can share to help people on their path? Like, okay, do some cards, listen to them, read feel what's different than the book is really what I like people to do. But how is the angelic realm, for example, since it's your forte, how is that something that's present for people and can help them to find their own unique path?
You asked so many questions in one question.
Sorry.
And it does make sense. You're asking really, how do we connect with who we are or what we're here to do on a daily basis? So I created my own Oracle deck a few years ago, and I created an online series of every day I went online to talk about the cards, and I taught my process. And my process is really simple. I sit there in the morning, I have my morning cup of tea or coffee, and I ask Spirit, what is here for my highest good? And I pull a card, or I check my astrology. It doesn't matter because it's always accurate, no matter what. When you ask that question, the answer you're going to get is perfect for you. Some mornings, I just go into the garage and I'll start painting. And as I paint, I'll start to get messages. So I put myself in a different place. So like a repetitive thing that I'm not thinking about, and then all my answers show up. So, and I teach a class, by the way, and it's on my website, where you learn what your intuition style is and how you actually hear. Because we're all different. You may be clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient. We all have our own gifts. And so I teach that. What are your gifts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's so perfect. Anytime I've done a class or done a guided sessions and people are sharing what they felt, and one person's like, oh, Mary Magdalene came and I went to this planet and this happened, and the other person's like, I saw pink. And they somehow judge themselves because they're not having these epic visions, or they're not seeing it the way they were. I've even had clients who've taken courses from people that they came and said, oh, well, I'm waiting for it to happen the way they said it happens. It's going to happen like this. This is going to open above my head, and then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. And this is key. For you communicate in different ways. You have different talents, different gifts. Some of your channels are more open than others. Some are going to develop. I saw no visions in the beginning, none whatsoever. I was the one in the corner thinking, why don't I get all that fun stuff, And you bloom into that. But this is a great thing, a wonderful thing. I love this. So do you have your Oracle deck with you? Could you pull a card and do a little reading for us? Okay, let's do that.
And I'll tell you about the deck. It is Miracle Messages, because we always step into the miraculous. It is 44 paintings.
Show the cover.
This is the cover. Oop.
Yeah, there you go.
And it is 44 of my original art paintings, some of which I still have. And I got these messages to put them on cards. And they actually danced in front of me for about a week at a time. And that's how I knew that it was time to do the deck. Okay, so here we go. You're so beautiful with your hair. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy to be with you again. Oh, okay. So the card that came up is the interdimensional gateways, which there. Now you can see interdimensional gateways. There's all of these beings that are going through a portal. Let's see. And you can see, it's actually one of my Krishna paintings. You could see him playing his flute here. Who could see it? Where can I get it? So you
maybe put it in right where your face is. There we go.
Oh, yeah, over my face. Sure. Perfect. Celestial sounds of harmony and balance, vibrational alignments, and all is possible. Do you see that little doorway?
Yes.
So this being is playing music, aligning their body, mind, and spirit to raise their frequencies they're using music to cross into the interdimensional pathways. So that's another form of vibrational, and I love that they go through these gateways. My house is a portal. Okay. And so
you are a portal.
I am a portal. It's true. Okay. And I love my name. Okay, so this one, you can read it because I can't.
Guardian Angel. All right, hang on. You disappear when you do that. Let me pin you in. Okay. We are always with you, showing you the way, and you are protected. Looks like a heart, like a wreath almost or around, and some
And
kind
that's
of
her
light
aura.
sword.
That's her corona. That's her
Right.
auric field. And literally that crown or that corona, which is going viral around the world.
I know, right? It's very interesting that that's a being that lives in all of us up here. Every life form on the planet actually has coronavirus living in it. So
Yes,
for a long time.
isn't that interesting too? Because I see it as the grand initiation of light, and yet it was presented with such fear.
Yeah. I think there's an opportunity in every single way that things come through, even and this is a big one, to not judge what it is and how them don't kill the messenger.
Right, don't kill the messengers, for sure.
Okay, so we got interdimensional beings of light and we got guardian angel.
We are never alone. Remember that. And that's important. And the angel brigade is gathering. They told me to wear these big wings today to remind everyone that we are fifth dimensional angelic higher frequency beings in these 3D bodies. We all have a reason for being here, and we are gathering. These higher energies are being called to start to encircle the planet and spread miracle seeds throughout for all of us in the oceans, the air, the ground, the water, the food, and the life force.
We're never alone is a very important message. For me personally, it was potent, extremely potent. When my business had to close just before I was 30 at the end of the 80s, and the economy crashed, and I didn't understand economy. I just thought I'm the big loser of the year, big breakdown, get me on my spiritual path, so on and so forth. Wonderful now. But I remember I just started going, okay, what's out there? What else is out there? And I moved to New Mexico and I went to this bookstore, and this channel would be there once a month. And I didn't believe in it. I sat in the back, very suspicious, like this, looking for the strings of the puppet. Ended up becoming very good friends with Karen. She still channels Benu. And there would be, when she did it there, Benu would come in. It was less of that conscious channeling and more of that, merging, and talk. And then there would be a break. And initially, he would stay in her body during the break. And so people would wander around the metaphysical bookstore, and I stayed away from everybody. I was very much at the back, just, I don't know about this weirdo stuff, but I'm here. And I was looking at some books, and I turned around, and she was standing there. Now her physical form was a little tiny being, but he's an enormous Pleiadian. And I just went, oh, and I didn't like being on the spot. I was like, oh shit, what do I say? I don't even know if I believe in you. Can you tell? Can you read my thoughts or whatever? And just leaned in and looked at me and said, you're never alone. And I burst into tears. It was like poking a button and opening a door of all kinds of stuff. Now it sounds like kind of a generic comment, but I went on for years to have all kinds of amazing experiences. So I did end up really valuing that relationship. But that message, just that in that moment, was like someone opening a floodgate for me to let go of the self-judgment and the guilt and the pain and feeling like I wasn't worthy of love and of being valued and of having success and all of that. So what a beautiful message, especially right now.
Great experience.
Yeah.
Great experience. And she was this short being, and suddenly you saw
Yeah.
this being.
It was this
So
enormous presence, just
what
like,
shock to you? What an amazing awakening to be totally put. Oh my God. I love that. Perfect.
yeah. And
Good
you know,
awakening.
it's okay to be skeptical, you know, if you're new, if you're newer at this, or if you've been, like I was telling, I had an astrologer on the other day, and I told her, I have to tell you a secret, that when I got on this path, which is when I told you, I went to the bookstore and looked for the weirdest thing I could find. I didn't want religion, I didn't want dogma, I didn't want whatever, blah, blah, blah. I wanted, like, what, you know, are there dolphins on another planet, you know, singing songs to, you know, whatever. And I read Shirley MacLaine and all this stuff. And it wasn't until decades later that I actually was willing to look at astrology as something. I thought it was stupid. I was like, please, it's just that stupid little Cosmo write-up. What's the point of that? To the point where now I'm learning it and I listen to it. It's like checking the weather to me. But you have to be careful who you're listening to, you know, where you're getting that information. But yeah, there's all of these avenues that you could tune into. So the same as, like you were saying, what is your intuitive skill? What are the conversations or the energies that are calling you, that you
Right.
might want to explore, that don't interest you whatsoever? One of my clients yesterday, we did a soul reading, and she said, I didn't want to spend any money, and I got called to this energy, something about energies of allergies, like energy medicine healing, but specifically for the frequencies of allergies. And she was like, I just didn't understand why I was drawn to it. And I finally, you know, gave in and said, okay, and got my pendulum and did my, you know, inner work and pulled my cards and every way I could get information. I said, okay, I moved forward. And now that she's done it, she can see and understand how it, you know, blends with what she's been doing to add fullness to who she's being. So,
And you can't be open to it until you're ready. You know, we have these activation codes and moments that have been planted, and it happens when you're ready, period.
yeah.
You know, when I started painting 33 angels and I said, what am I supposed to do with 33 paintings, you know, oil, messy things that weren't even like, I don't know, they didn't like suit my opinion on them. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? And they said, paint 33 angels. We'll let you know. You know, it's like everything for me has been do what we ask first, and then we'll give you the next piece.
Yes.
And the next piece, you weren't ready for this astrology training until now. You know, that it's a wonderful thing. It's like they help us get ready and prepared for each new level of awakening. And it's an amazingly beautiful journey.
It is, yeah. So give us a little more depth about those two cards right now, what you feel like they're opening for people.
Well,
Dimensional doorway.
Well, okay. So an interdimensional portal, an interdimensional doorway, you know, we started off going, what are the best ways to handle today's life? Well, going into your own, I think, consciousness. And there's many ways to do that. People do that with plant medicine, meditation, retreats, crystal healing, breath work. But to be able to explore not only your own interdimensional places, but yes, to connect with the divine, to connect with your guides, and isn't it interesting? The second card is, well, we're with you. Yeah. Just, you don't even have to go anywhere. You have to just be present, lift your spirit so you can actually merge with us and connect with us to feel us. But they're with us even if you don't know it. And, you know, I just saw a video the other day of a girl that was about to be hit by a car. Well, I don't know if it was a girl, a person about to be hit by a car. And there's been this being on this side of the screen, and you see suddenly this person has been moved back over to here. The person about to be hit by the car is now over here. Okay. And then that other being disappeared. And these are videos that are captured. And so I'm just going to say, guys, your guides, your angels, your higher self, it's not gone anywhere. It's waiting for you to ask. And after I finished my 33 paintings and I hung them on the wall in the angel room,
wow,
now an angel room, a book fell off the shelf and it said, your call for angelic assistance has been heard. Okay. So you can ask your guides to show you that they're present. You can make an agreement. You know, I used to always, I had an agreement that if there's more than one coin on the ground, it's a message from my father. If there's one coin on the ground, it's a confirmation from my guides. So you can even set up a signal, or you can say, I'm going to turn on the radio. I want to hear your message. Or open your eyes and a van might go by that says Angel Maids. So you can ask to be shown how you can see, but they are with you. In fact, I did a session with a woman a little while ago, and she was telling me she felt this tapping on her head. And I did once too. I forgot about that. I was lying outside under the moon by the beach at my sister's. No one was awake, and I felt something like this. And I'm alone out there, and I opened my eyes thinking, who could be here? It was no one. But I look up, and there is Archangel Michael above me. Oh my God, Nan, it was the most amazing thing. I saw he was made out of a cloud, and he had the most gorgeous lips and mouth and eyes. He was about 15 feet above me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, the magical moments that we have. What's coming to my mind is to share with people, and you add to this. This happened to me for many years, and this happens to people. You have an experience like that, or you may be like, wow, I want an experience like that. Don't get attached to it. Don't crave it, right? Don't be disappointed if you don't have it. And then when you do have it, don't crave to have it again like that. Right. That's part of the distraction that keeps you from, like you said, look up what's going by. And here we have a lot of birds. And so I watch the birds doing different things or talking to me, or my iguana that lives in my yard. And there's always like, wow, look at the flow. What are they doing today? What's the message, or what's the energy? I had a road runner appear yesterday, and I used to have them in New Mexico. I didn't even know they had them here. And I just kept staring he kept staring at me, and we were looking at each other, and I'm like, holy crap, I didn't even know that you existed, right? So
love road runners. We have them here in the desert, and they're a really good sign of an affirmation of life blooming in a desert.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and I don't live in the desert. I live on a beach, so I'm and with a jungle behind me. So I'm sort of like, wow, this is really interesting. But that's an amazing experience. It's so amazing. So we're seeing that we're going through, it seems to me like the cards are giving us that message. We're going through this interdimensional portal. This is where you are, and your guardian angel is with you. You're never alone, right? And so to be present. What else is coming up, or do you feel like you want to?
Well, I just heard we have to pull an outcome card.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the outcome is the Angel of Confidence.
Okay.
Angel of Confidence. And let's see.
Okay, Angel of Confidence. See the world through the eyes of love and compassion, and trust your instincts.
Yeah, so this is now about to be a heart-centered universe for you. You have to go inside and trust what you're hearing, trust what you're perceiving, trust your instincts, because I keep hearing the word, we need to be frosty. I don't know where that's coming from, but we just need to be frosty. Chop wood, carry water, don't get distracted, do your thing, and trust yourself and build your confidence in your day-to-day life, and your ability to actually, the fact that we're still standing after 2 years of this, Nan, is really a miracle. Okay. And so, yeah, everyone else is suffering too. So start to see what we want to be, what we want to evolve into, and honestly have more love and compassion for everyone else, because they're fried. The normal people don't have this perspective. And so friends and family are a little bit fried. They don't get what we get about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what happens is that we have, many of you may feel this way. that you have this inside knowledge, right? That you have this inside understanding, or more expertise maybe in an area, like, you studied that in college versus this, and now this is the topic. But we haven't reached the point where people who do this kind of work are revered in the general public, right? And so we're like wanting to share guidance or information or helpful tips or healing things with these people we love, and they're like, no, weirdo, or no, I'm listening to this over here, I'm not listening to you. And I think that's also been a huge opportunity for all of us, is to let go of needing to, we give the information, we embody the information, we embody the energy, and those who find us and come are the ones that are ready, and the rest are sitting there. Everything you're being is out there for someone to align with at some point. And so wonderful. I love it. So it feels like there's something else. What else is coming through?
Trust your instincts, guys. Trust you first and foremost. And honestly, we're being given permission now to ask for what is our highest good. Okay, put on your own face. You're on the airplane, they say put on your oxygen mask.
Yeah.
First, if you're a mother, do that. Put on your oxygen mask first and foremost, so you can be as healthy as you can. Then turn around and give what you can to everyone around you. But it's real, and I don't think we've ever, and that comes in the face of do this for everyone else. Well, I'm going to say take care of yourself first so you can do everything else. And I think that that's a shift in our thinking, to be able to prioritize our self-love, our self-care as first.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were all taught to give, that it was, I don't know, I think it might be something from the Bible or something, like it's more divine to give than to receive, and all this other nonsense. If you don't receive, it's like you can't take a breath, but you're supposed to go run a mile, like don't breathe in, but breathe out and go do something. Yeah. And we've all done that. We've all been taught that. We've all given until we don't have, or over obligated, or not done self-care, or not taking care of each other. Years ago, I was shown in a session, if you had a racehorse or a prize dog, that was some special breed or something, you would be like finding the best food and making sure it was taken care of, or if you had a beautiful plant, you wouldn't stick it outside and never look at it, and not feed it, not water it. You would be like, I have to create the right environment. I have to feed it the right things. But we're not taught that about ourselves. And I know, being from the Midwest, I had that upbringing of the more you suffer, the more you work, and the more you suffer, the better person you are. And maybe you're worthy of some, recognition. And so it became a victim mentality to live that way, to constantly strive to be approved of and be good enough and to please everyone, because it was never about you're going to get that when you get there. It was about you're just not good enough, but if you suffer enough, and that's just not serving anyone anymore.
No, time to let go of victim mentality, suffering, restrictions. Really, the only restrictions are self-imposed.
Yeah, so trusting your instincts. Talk a little more about that. I feel like you have some beautiful insights to help people to do that.
So interesting. I'm speaking this weekend at the Conscious Life Expo on trusting your instincts. It's on trusting your gut. Here's the thing. Your gut is on your left hand, your intuitive side. Your logic is your right male side, okay? Trusting your gut versus your logical mind is a human condition of learning, okay? I was born trusting my gut first because I'm a Pisces, okay? So it wasn't a big stretch. But for medical people, or for the rational, logical mind, it is a conflict. And yet, the more I'm reading about how to get into this, how to handle the next period of time, there's not going to be a logical explanation for it. So like if you're a doctor and you have a patient on the table and your logical mind tells you it's this diagnosis, but your gut is saying, do this other way, you're better off trusting your gut because you'll be actually right. So when you're in a conflict like that, get that your logical mind doesn't really want to relinquish control, but your gut has normally got the right answer for you because it's coming direct from spirit, from that guardian who's always with you. So they're trying to like go, come on, come on, come on. And you're going, but the textbook says this, you know? And that is the challenge.
Beautiful. So where's the Conscious Life Expo that you're going to be speaking
Oh,
at?
it's at the LAX Hilton, Los Angeles. I have not been there since February 2020. And we all came, all the people who worked there came home and were sick. I'm sure I had COVID then, although they wouldn't test you if you hadn't been with a Chinese person. You know, it was really crazy back then. But yeah, the Conscious Life Expo, I've been going there almost since it began. It's been there for 20 years. I'm speaking on Saturday, way past this, on intuition. And I'm doing a series of upcoming classes on manifesting, on visioning, on intuition. So I'm kind of launching my webinars. You can go and see them on the website.
Excellent.
So I'm so excited to be among my kind for the weekend.
Yes, yes.
Right?
I'll bring them your vibe. Yes, take me with you. Yeah, what a beautiful thing. I love that we have these. It's wonderful that they're going ahead with it right now, giving people that opportunity to come together. You get all that energy in one place, and it's talk about opening interdimensional portals.
Oh my God, yes, and everything. So many of my favorite speakers, UFO speakers, channeling, yes, astrology, consciousness. So I have a lot of friends who are going to be there, and I get to introduce amazing speakers, which is really fun as well.
Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Wonderful. So what else? What else do you feel like is perfect to share with us right now?
So I'm so happy to be here with you. I think that's what I want to say. I'm happy to share whatever wisdom I have. I've been teaching people for 42 years how to remember who you are. When I was 30, now you know how old I am if you can do math, I had a vision that I was here to heal and inspire millions of people. And I'm seeing it unfold now. You know, when I say that it's our time, it is. It's Nan's time. It's my time. It's your time listening to this to really tune in. And although it may look like the weirdest of times, the worst of times, the scary, you know, whatever word you want to put on it, from a perspective of the consciousness, it is the best of times because that which we've been waiting for is here. You will get to know who you are now. And I want you to embrace it. You know, reach out to Nan or myself or people like us for the confirmation that you're on the right path. But you yourself actually wouldn't even be listening to Nan's shows if you didn't have a sense that you're here for a greater reason. So I want to leave you with that. I want to leave you with the fact that yes, in the 3D world, we may be in the worst of times. In the fifth dimension and above, man, they are singing the Hallelujah chorus and going, hallelujah. That one is waking up. That one is waking up. Oh my God, this one's awake. And from the heavenly perspective, if we were looking down, we see light, oh my God, shining across that planet of ours. And we are part of it. And that's what I want to leave you with. That's my soul work. I've been doing this work for 42 years. I've been telling people I'm here to wake them up, let them leap over tall buildings in a single bound faster than a speeding bullet. I mean, that's been my mantra. And I still wake up ready to do that every day. And so reach out. Come to my YouTube channel. I have great shows. I go live every Monday with Miracle Monday, and I do interviews with amazing, inspirational people. And I'm hoping Nan will say yes to an interview with me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Spot right now.
Yeah. Fun. Absolutely. Beautiful. So are the cards, Oracle cards on your website as well? People want to find them. Where do they get them?
The Oracle cards are here in the sanctuary. And if you want a copy of those Oracle cards, you need to write to me directly, Joan at joanofangels.com.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Joan at joanofangels.com. Very simple. And I will send you pictures of it and make sure you get it. And meanwhile, I'm looking for one of those downloadable companies for my cards.
Right, yes, it
Look at
is
it.
nice to have. I have some of the decks on my phone, and I forget that I have them, and I've been places or something and thought, I have a little time, and then suddenly I remember, oh, look. So yeah, it's another one of these things where the Aquarian age, the technology age, the age of light and higher and connection and communication and all that, we have all these opportunities to connect. I remember back in the days when I was first a healer and people had to send me a snail mail letter saying blah, 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 blah. And here's a little bit of my hair and here's my problems. And someday I got it. They didn't know. And then I did the healing and I wrote to them. And a while later, they got a letter back. It sounds like wagon days. And now we're here in the moment. We're live. We can connect to all these things. We just like, I love YouTube. When Chris had his seizure a few years ago, I was like, he couldn't function for a while. And then he was so sensitive to electronics. It was a massive, sensory awakening that he couldn't be near a phone. He couldn't be near a computer. So he would watch TV and he started watching YouTube a lot. And I thought YouTube was like some stupid thing.
Right.
And I was like, what are you doing watching YouTube? What do you mean? And he's like, oh, I'm watching these cats in Japan and I'm watching these otters. And now we have these virtual pets. If I want to go, hey, I want to see what other people are saying about this, sacred site or, whatever it is, there's this vastness of possibility that we can tune into. It's that opportunity to tune in from what is optimal, not everything, right? That's there. So I'm so excited. So joanofangels.com, right? To find Joan or check the links below. And so I feel like I don't know, is it Archangel Michael? There's somebody here. He's one of my faves. So when you said that, I was like, ooh.
You know who's been coming to me recently is Joan of Archangel. And I can feel her presence very often now. And I can feel her in these wings. And I can feel her in the sense of, she says she spells her name A-R-K, the ark. Earth is an ark. If you think about it, we are an ark floating in space. And Joan of Archangel is really here to remind us that it is our inner courage to really know the truth about ourselves.
Ooh, wonderful. And that beautiful divine feminine energy helping to balance, right? Not take over, but to bring that. Oh, I love that. So let's all take a moment and just breathe that in and breathe in Joan and breathe in all of her beauty and everything she's created and expressed and these wings, and feel your own wings and feel your connection to this. And what is the message and what angel is with you? And yes, you can, and everyone is worthy of. I'm feeling this energy of like, well, I don't have one. No, you do. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. Wonderful. So thank you, Joan. Thank you so much, sweetie. I look forward to coming on your show. I look forward to getting together again. And I so appreciate you taking the time and doing everything you've been doing and holding that light for so long. I know for a lot of this, and I think you've been doing this longer than I have, it's one of those things where it feels like, wow, I was wandering in the dark and finally, oh, there's more of us here.
There's a lot of us here. It's like the 100th monkey. The awakening is rampant. Can't
Yes.
stop.
So listen to the call to awaken, right? And check out Joan and her tools and her beauty and her kind heart and her wisdom, and to maybe be one of the guides or one of the answers for you on your path.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. And remember to share this, to send this to anybody that you can think of who would love this. Go check out Joan, let her inspire you, and reach out. Let me know who you would like to see, what you would like, if there's other people you'd like to hear. And join me for one more of this particular series where I'm going to talk about how you connect with your future self, how you connect to that part of you, that destiny part of you. There's many paths you could take, many options, many timelines. How do you tune into the one that's most optimal in this moment? So, all right, namaste. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.